think it started again now. Okay, sir. Okay.
What a great story, man to leave his world and follow Jesus.
Please, let's try and share over again. I know the devil is a liar.
If you leave everything and follow Christ, what a great story, wonderful story. If you leave corruption and follow Jesus, you will be a winner and not a loser. If you leave bribery and follow Christ, I said, what a great story.
Still do us a favor by sharing. Still do us a favor by sharing. Still do us a favor by sharing. Still do us a favor by sharing as I give us another good music, so that our beloved brothers who are the French speaking people, so that they can also enjoy from it. And this one is coming from all the way from Cameroon. The title is Zankeloa. Please just enjoy this, so that everybody will be a part of it. Actually, I don't really know what is wrong with the network, but I guess the network is okay now. Please just try and reshare again. Invite your friends. You know, anytime that God wants to reveal the secret of the wicked, they always try. Good evening, everyone. This Comrade Newton, the son of the lion and the tiger combined. The PRO, People Freedom Movement, worldwide by the grace of God. Please just share and invite your friend. It's going to be explosive. It's going to be explosive. You're going to invite all your francophone friends. Invite them. Invite your friends. The Bible said, when God turned again the captivity of Zion, He said they were like them that dream. Our situation in Nigeria, in Africa as a whole, must turn out for good, whether they like it or not. Good evening, everyone. Easy, God bless you. I can see you. As you all can see, I'm not a DJ. I happen to be a freedom fighter by the grace of God, and my mentor, I call him a father. And Officer Clemente and Amigo Edegbe is watching Laugh and Direct right now, all the way from Dallas, Texas. That is the city of the cowboy. I bless you, sir, for the ordination you are giving. I know when you begin to talk about the nation, a lot of people want to show misinterpretation, you know. So even the pastors today, they respect their father, the Lord. So it is my father in the Lord in the field of advocacy. So I call him the Archbishop of Freedom. I ain't nobody like him. Then there is something I want to be blowing our mind with, something spectacular today. A lot of people, we talked about Nelson Mandela. A lot of us today, we talked about Martin Luther King. Have you ever one day go and do research? How did Martin Luther King, how does he live his life? Did you even know whether the little thing that you have contributed to your society or to Nigeria advocacy or to the present situation right now, whether yours is more than Nelson Mandela or not, or whether yours is more than Martin Luther King or not, a lot of us does not understand. The very day Martin Luther King was assassinated in April 3rd, 1968, there was a lot of speech he talked about. It's no more than what we are saying right now. It is not more than it. Instead of force to Oba certificate Edo State, we are going to do what I call a randomigo-fulification. That's what we are going to do to Edo State. I may explain that to you, or you might Google it. A randomigo-fulification. That's what we are going to do. That is to say, in the mention of a randomigo's name, our mega comrade, it's like you are mentioning of Martin Luther King. Instead of for Nigeria to Buharificate Nigeria, we have to do it in this form. A randomigo-fulification of Nigeria. That's what we are going to do. Either it's going to go to the presidency or it will help us. It's going to come and help us to govern Edo State. His level right now is more than even being Edo State government. It's more than that. If you watch it today, Martin Luther King was able to live a life that is full of legacy. He lived a very good legacy. And before I'm going to be mention three major things that he talked about. The very night he was assassinated, he talked about that he read somewhere that there should be freedom to assembly. You have the right to assemble yourself and discuss about the way forward of your country. Then he also talked about the freedom of speech. That is to say, you have freedom to talk to anybody, so far it doesn't carry anything ammunition. Then he also talked about freedom of expression. He talked about those things. And a lot of us today, not until you go and study this part people history, you will not be able to know whether you are a hero or not. Today, I can be able to come out that Edo State one day is going to be a randomigolified. We are going to randomigolize Edo State for good. Then, after that, Edo State will be a randomigolified, or we will do it a randomigolism. Then it will not be a randomigo-fulification of Edo State because of the name he have made. Edo will know Madomaran. Because a lot of us, we choose not to understand what freedom fighter is all about. Who even know? I think I haven't heard one day that Martin Luther King, may Jesus so continue to rest in peace, whether he visited Italy. But being that he have been able to study American Constitution, he gives it unto us. He pushes forward to us that there is freedom of speech. And he also read that the greatness of America depends on the right to protest. You must have to protest. And this one will not take me to what happened in Edo State. If you watch it today, the reason why our state governor, Governor Obaseki, quickly paid those family that lost their life due to some of our corrupt police, the atrocity that they carry out, was that he knows that if he never do that, let him wait for the hammer of our mega comrade. You look at it today. That is to say, protesting have importance in our lives. Martin Luther King was able to give it out to us. A lot of us today, we talk about Martin Luther King. What kind of speech did he make? And he also said he has a dream. And do you know, funny enough, it's like Martin Luther King knows that he's going to die that very day. It's like he knew. I'm not going to be giving you all the revelations. You go and search it yourself. As you all know, I'm not eloquent. So the reason why my brain has been able to conserve, it is what I'm giving out right now free of charge. You see most pastors today, before they go to any program, the reason why they charge money is because why? They know they need to go for extra study and search the scripture. What faith can do. That's why they charge you people money. Here you people are today, nobody pays off for anything. We do it for, he said, freely ye have received. Freely ye shall give. And what are those things that you have received freely? We have received freedom of speech freely. We have received freedom of assembly freely. We have received freedom of press. We have received it freely. So freely right now, we are going to push it onto everybody so that our life will be harmonized with Iranomigo. So I'm urging each and every one of us to always stay tuned and listen whenever any freedom fighter who is fighting the real cause, whenever they speak, know that you are something spectacular to benefit from it. It's not just all about, I know a lot of people will come. Let me see how they are going to insult the governor today. No. Every time will not be for insult. For what our government do, it did something right. But those children, they need to be taken care of. Not only giving them 10 million. The well-being of those children, the state government will carry it on their head, not even on their shoulder. Those children, if they were attending Gary school, they will be taken to Oxford. If there's anything like Oxford University in Nigeria, they need to give them the best of education. Don't just give them 10 million and dump them there. Because to what 10 million can do, under 2 years, the 10 million is gone. So those children, they should be now become what? A government properties. And being that all these things have started right now, the people that the cattle, the cow, the Fulani herdsmen have decimated their farms. I think I have a lot of news here concerning Igwe and the rest of all that. All those people should be patronized. And all these are the effectiveness of our government. This is the thing they are supposed to be doing. Rescuing people. Any person who have been affected either by erosion, maybe there was called a natural disaster. Government should be able to take care of those things. Like what happened to this very Ghana is a nice one. But it is not a prayer we pray that we should love our loved ones. Even the money being signed out right now, the 10 million, whether it's going to be a investment, I don't know. So far, so good. I know the jumping from tree to tree of a baby monkey does not make him a babu, but a star. Being that he have start like that, all his advisor and all his political counterparts should be able to advise him in order for him to have a good administration. Right now, this act will be done. This act should be done to anybody that the thing that happened to them, it is not lawful. They should be treated the same way. So that's the best way we can be able to get a good environment. For Nigeria or Edo State or Africa to look like diaspora, we need to start it from somewhere. This is the same way they do it in diaspora. For example, I know Nigerians, they don't insure their cars. All they do, just put forward, they drive and they go. If your car has insurance and you happen to have a fatal accident, what they do depends on the accident. They are going to pay you dearly for it. They will pay you. So if we can be able to initiate such a thing to our state, it will help us and it will help harmonize. And it will help us also to fight corruption. If you look at it, what Nelson Mandela said, he said the greatness of America depends on freedom to protest. If you look at, I want to salute all Edo youths that were there that very day. If you look at it, there's no need of you planning to go for protest. The way just to do it. You can see that how which they have arranged another day before coming out and protesting, it would have become another thing. Perpetrator would have used that medium to start doing other things. But the thing happened immediately. Thank God for our citizens, they said this thing must not happen like this. If it's the same way we have been able to handle these Fulani herdsmen issues, by now it will be solved. We will not be having too much problem today. So we should be able to know so that we can do the right thing at the right time. If you begin to do the right thing at the wrong time, you are going to be having problem. So we pray that before I skip that one, that the Edo State government, they are able to do the needful for the family, for the people that Fulani. I think I don't know if I'm going to be able to show the videos in some villages. I think some guys, they went there who go this they go for to interview them, the villagers, and they told them that look at what happened, how the Fulani herdsmen, what they have done. I think I heard yesterday also, because nowadays the way they brought us some news, we found out that so many of those news, some of them are fake. Either it's fake or the news is passed already. So these are the things. That's why not until we get some information right now from a reasonable fact, or it has been announced in the news. Most things you see in YouTube those days, most of them, they are fake. But the reason why I'm telling all this one is something I have observed from here. It's something a lot of people that might have also thought about it, that there's need for our government. I'm saying it right now. There's need for our government to also compensate those people. The same way he went to go and see those people that guy that died. I think next Saturday was supposed to be his marriage ceremony or thereabout. I felt very bad for the wife, for the children, and also for the entire family. God will give them the grace to bear the loss in Jesus' name. So the same way he went there. Also, if the governor cannot go, Obaseki cannot go, then what he will do, he will send some group of people to go and see the situation of things. Any of those farmers that want him giving some money in order to enable them to take care of themselves. Right now, we all know that Edo State, they haven't started creating any job. The little thing the farmer right now is to go to farm. Right now, the Fulani herdsmen, they've decimated their farm. And according to the information that are coming out, that some tapos in Benin, some of them, they are part of the owner of those cows, which is very bad. How can you want to be rich in the detriment of other people? That's impossible. It is not done like that. So we shouldn't be living our life on the detriment of other people. Right now, if you guys want to have a ranch, have a ranch. Instead of right now, you have a cow. Your cow enter into another person's farm and create the whole crop. How do you expect such a person to live? So a state of emergency to be declared to the various villages that where those cows have grazed what they are not supposed to graze. It will be more better like that. In order to enable us have a harmonized society. Because not until we begin to govern, but we begin to live our life the way it ought to be, or the way the scriptures have described it for us to live it, you find out that we are going to keep on making mistakes. Governor Baseki, as you have just started right now, being that you say you stay in America, bring everything you learn from our United States of America, bring it out. That's the war power. You stay there. Whether you were there or not, there's need for you now to influence the attitude from diaspora. You have to carry it down. It is very, very necessary for you to do all those things. If not, the administration will remain like this. I do ask us questions at times. When is Nigeria or Edo State is going to be great? When and how is it going to be done? There is no way it can be done if you yourself never stand up from your slumber. If you're even sleeping, it is good. But a lot of people, they need to wake up from their slumber. How are you going to wake up from your slumber? Try and have a rethink. What have this government done, or what have this government do that nobody ever do before? Did I even have any reason to start praising this government? Displeasing other people? No. A good administration consists of how you are able to carry your citizen along. Now, you are not being elected for you to come there and make money under normal circumstances or under normal criteria. What you need to do is to serve the interests of the vulnerable children and the poor citizen in your state. That's the reason why you have been elected. Right now, we have nobody to kind of manage this thing for us. You can do it. Come and help us to manage it. It's just like you bring in a new coach to a football club. At the end of the day, the football team is not going well. They are going to blame you as a coach. If any of these players happens to lose any match, or they happen to lose any penalty, they doesn't blame the player, they blame the coach. So every problem that we have in Edo State and in the local government environs, everything is going to be ringing on Obaseki's head. For you to know that I really come up today to come and enlighten us what freedom of speech is all about, what freedom of assembly is all about, the reason why you must at times protest. Try to let your grievances know to the government, or know to the people that is oppressing you, that this thing they are doing to you, you don't like it. Now, the reason why Africans are poor, not because they are poor, because their governmental system is very poor. What they believe, that they believe they serve a lesser God. That is what they believe on. And that is the mind, the archaic mind that they carry. That is the Adamic nature that have ruined the mind of African leaders. They feel that what Donald Trump is doing, they cannot do it. And they can do more than that. Being that we put our trust and our hope in God, we are supposed to do more than that. He said greater things. Jesus Christ said, he said, you are going to do greater work more than I do. If Jesus Christ raised the dead, we are supposed to go to mortuary and begin to raise all of them. In order for Christians to fulfill this particular side of the scripture, that's why they went into Judaism. They went into ritualism. To enable them function in what Jesus Christ has already described, or the laid down principle Jesus Christ has given to us. So our government should be able to come out with something reasonable. You have to imitate what's good thing. Try and choose a governor. He may be another Schwarzenegger, a former governor of California or thereabout. You have to imitate him. When another Schwarzenegger, that is called Commando, was a governor in California, how was his administration? You go and study about government. I remember I come to a time, I'm going to be, maybe I might be teaching from here, I don't know, depends on how the Spirit of God leads me. He come to a time, our mega comrade who happens to be my psychological father now, he was telling me, you are not doing your work. He said, go and study more about PRO. Then me, I was thinking PRO is just a real name, but not until I listened. I watch him closely. Anytime he sent me a message, he said, as a PRO, you are supposed to first of all call me in the morning. Could you know, as big as a mega comrade, I'll be one to first of all to call him and ask. So how it's going to be today. But me, I was waiting as a father. He should call me and John Coker. Whether how was your night. But it was more than that. He let me know the reason, son, the reason why you must have to call me if there's anything you need to do or any message I need to send you. Then I learned that one. I put it in my pocket. That is how I begin to go. I begin to know what duty of PRO. My own is to negotiate things outside. If there's any contact we need to make, I need to make it outside. Forward it to the General Secretary. If there's going to be any written letter, General Secretary will write it, forward it to my email. I will print it out. I will not be the one that will go and submit it. So it's supposed to be applicable to our government. Now you are being accused here and there. Now all names have been given to you. Why not let during your time? That first time for somebody that studied in diaspora or in America came to come attend the situation of Edo State. That is why I thought about a randomigofulification of Edo State. It's going to happen. Go and go it. That's what we are waiting for. Being that Obaseki was unable to do what is right. All what he learned, he is unable to bring it out into use. Then another person now need to come. That was why when the first Adam failed, he was unable to discharge his duty. He listened to what? A voice of a woman. He failed because he listened to a woman. Then God had to send another one. Second Adam, which is Jesus Christ of Nazareth, to come and call liberation. Right now, the reason why we put you there, Obaseki, you are unable to discharge your duty. You have to go now for another person to come inside. That is just the plan. That is why you see more people in the Western world, they lose election, not because the people hate them, because he is unable to discharge his duty effectively. He is unable to give to the youth what the youth want. He is unable to go and study a re-administration on how to govern a state, on how to govern a community. That is the problem that they are having. The reason why, when Jesus Christ rose up from death, the first person that saw him was Mary. The reason why Jesus Christ did not want Mary to touch him, because the same woman issue that brought down the throne of the first Adam in the Garden of Eden, he was coming again saying, no, don't touch me. I haven't went to go and see my father. Maybe if you have touched Jesus Christ, another thing would have happened. Jesus Christ was spiritually sensitive enough to get the revelation. What made the first Adam to fail? I will not fail like that. That was why, because Oshomole hand over power logically or trickery to Obaseki, that is why we are seeing the same administration. That's why I wrote there in the world, not that the reason why Africans are poor, because it is poorly governed. This archaic idea that they have, they never want to change it. It's the same administration, the same APC. Not all of them, they are being colonized in the same form. They attend the same meeting. They worship in the same altar of greed. That is why you are seeing what you are seeing today. Not that they cannot do it, because of the oath they sworn. Okay, you want control now, say you better pass me. That is the reason why APC and PDP must go. These are the UZZIAH. APC and PDP is the UZZIAH that is disturbing the youth. Not until these two parties we eradicate them by the power of the Holy Ghost. There is nothing that is going to work out for with the youth. They are the UZZIAH that make Isaiah not to see God. That is why at times the only weapon that we have is to lay curse on them. That's the best way we feel we can settle it. For those of you that are here, I'm trying to wake up the awareness in us. The reason why we do what we are doing, we are not doing it because of our personal selfish reasons. We are doing it because this is how it ought to be. When Obama left America, as the next one is coming, he had to study wherever the first one made mistakes. That's why when Donald Trump came, he tried to also do another restructuring to enable him give to them a good government. What we see today in Edo State, the same administrative arm, the same party, the same policy, the same embezzlement, the same way they treat our father, that is the same way they are treating them today. The same way they treat our market women, that's the same way they are treating them today. Only what was not really too existing in the Adams Oshomole regime was this cattle Fulani herdsmen. I know they do grace. That time they use Atalukpopo. That's what they are using. But right now, AK-47 will be given to them. If we really want to investigate, or we want to eranomigoficate Edo State right now, you find out that most of these same people that are right-hand man to the government are these one that owns the cow. So that is why when the case is being reported, nobody talks about it. As if from the villages that people went to go and do some interview, he says some of the Aboki will now say, we have settled your Oga. Then I begin to sit down in my base, begin to reason it. This thing might be truth. They say in every rumor, there is an element of truth inside. If really the people behind these people, they are not part of us, and they are not the same people that are ruling our destiny, how can you just go carry your cattle to go and eat my own crops in the farm? Yet I will complain to the state government. Right now, a guy who has so many acres, that is where he bases his living. Now he got nothing to eat. What is left for the man to do? Is to commit crime. The reason why today in diaspora, if they catch you in the act of crime, they charge you because they have been able to give you good life. Some of the criminal acts that they are charging people for in Nigeria, they are not supposed to be charging them. One, if you do shoplifting, here in Europe, you don't go to jail for it. Just if eat and for supermarket there. The worst that can happen, they go say, may you pay. That's the worst thing they will do to you. But in Nigeria, you see somebody that stole yam, he will be stoned to death, just go justice. People that are doing embezzlement, both in church and in politics, nobody cares about that. It doesn't bloody care. Nobody cares about it. All we care about is the little thief. But what are those ones? The GO, the general overseer of embezzlement, our government. Nobody talks about it. So I'm telling us today, there are acts and criminal acts somebody will commit. You that out there, stop stoning people to death because you doesn't know tomorrow. When they pursue this woman with the act, with the caught in the act of adultery, they pursue her. He ran and meet Jesus. Jesus can begin to say, what does this woman do? Say it was caught in the house, it was caught in Ubago or whatever. He was caught sleeping with another man or whatever. I don't care to know. Then Jesus Christ was writing down. He said, if you know you have no sin in you, be the first one to cast up the stone. And all of them, he gave them time for them to set their conscience. They set their conscience. And at the time they set their conscience, the Bible said, in sin we were born and conceived. Then they begin to look at it verse again and say, there's no perfection in humanity. And all of them, they threw away their stone. And Jesus Christ asked the woman, he said, where are your accusers? He said, they are gone. He said, being that they did condemn you, I, the Lord, I will not condemn you. Go and walk and sin no more. That was how this woman was liberated. That is to say, we need to be very, very careful over things we kill people for. We need to be very, very careful over things we burn people alive for. That is to say, in other words, Edo State is poor because it is what? It is poorly governed. Africa as a whole has been left everywhere full of corruption because of the way the administration is. During the time when there were colonialism, a lot of people were trooping in, and we are passing through another slave trade again. This one is not in a diplomatic manner. Even when they have something to give to us that will help our society, particularly the Great Britain, they would have been able to interfere. There are things I'll be doing right now. Being that Officer Clement Nanomi, who is my father, he will call me son. He called me right away that was wrong because he was really bothered. Those are some of the fatherhood that is deterging. Being that Britain, they colonized Nigeria, they should also be watching in the affair of administration of Nigeria, things that are not working. Theresa May should call Buhari, that's Sikla. He should call him for cautioning. Why are you doing your people like this? But you find out that these people, they doesn't bloody care. Why is it like that? Another thing that's coming to my mind right now, but they feel that by now, you might have known what you are doing. That is why they are not interested about the administration of Africa. They are not interested. How come? For example, Buhari and Donald Trump, they attended the same Oxford University. Then you expect the same person that you go to school together to come and be helping you to govern. It's a shame. That is why most of them today, instead of them to ask questions, we have a lot of people who feel they know it's too much. Instead of them to admit, please, I don't know it. I'm just walking by the grace of God. The unmerited favor of God, it is what is carrying me. Instead of them to admit, they will tell you they know it all. When they are having problems, they cannot call you. And that thing will lead to bad administration. These are the problems of our Nigeria. Pomposity. Who is that person that I will call? So that is why America, if they find out that the corruption is becoming too much, what they do, they invade through the backyard. That's how Muammar Gaddafi of Libya was eradicated. That's why one day, America might want to intervene in the problem of Nigeria when they find out that the genocide is becoming too much. If you look at it, Nigeria, we doesn't have any people we are taking care of. Spain right now, they have refugee camp. Did Nigeria have a refugee camp? In the 80s, I know how many Ghanaians that Nigeria sent home, Ghana must go. Today now, where our boys go now to go and be doing plus is Ghana. Do you know how many of our brothers and sisters that are dying in Ghana prison? Why are we so in hurry, the youth? Why are we so in hurry to make life? You can be a farmer, it does not mean. He says slow and steady, win the race. Carry your life gently. There's no need of being in hurry. If you be in hurry, at the end of the day, you will not be able to live a fulfilled life. How did your father live his life? Through farming. He was able to send you to the university. He take care of all his children. But we want quick money. I doesn't blame most of the youth. Because your pastor is flying private jet. He said, ask him, let him confess to you how he really got that money. Was it through lottery? No. Most of them, they do extra business. They do extra business. And that business, they cannot reveal it to anybody because that business, it is not godly. That's why the Bible said in the book of Matthew 26 verse 16, it said, the first shall be the last, and the last shall be the first. Overtaking is always allowed. In politics is allowed. In Christianity is allowed. Overtaking is always allowed. He said the first shall become what the last, and the last shall become the first. That is the scripture for you. So that is why, if you know anybody that is making it today, do not envy that person. I was talking to somebody, don't set up a competition between the people that is ahead of you. At times, set up a competition between the people that is in your back. If you want to always keep on looking at people ahead of you, you are going to crash land. But at times, according to this benediction, at times the reason why you must have to look onto people that is behind you is to give you encouragement in order for you to fight the battle ahead of you. If not, you will keep on losing every fight. Unlike me, I doesn't see any of my friends that is driving any Lamborghini. If not, I'm very comfortable with it. I'm very comfortable. Because what? Anytime I read the book of Matthew 20 verse 16, he said the first shall be the last. The person that was driving Lamborghini today, not that you are into competition with him, leave him alone, let him go. That's why everybody cannot be a doctor at the same time in a hospital. There must be a nurse. There must be a consultant. It is gradual stages. It will come to a time today, our mega comrade is no longer going to be advocating. All he will do, we sit down in his office. Right now, he has boss. This is the time for him now to labor. He says, study to show that self-approved. A workman that needed not to be ashamed. Rightly dividing. He's doing it all the time. He said, faith cometh by hearing. The book of Hebrew. He said, and hearing the word of God. The reason why we keep on coming, talking about this freedom all the time, we keep on nailing it on their head so that they will know that we mean what we are doing. We let them know that the reason for them to change the administrative arm of government. That's why we create different topics. In order to enable us give awareness to our youth. How many of the youth even know any speech concerning what Nelson Mandela said? All we do is they say. Nelson Mandela was a freedom fighter. How many of us who can talk about Moses, who know how Moses grew in the palace, what Moses went through before he was able to ascertain of liberating the children of Israel out of Egypt? We don't know it. All we talk about is the Moses of our time. What does the Moses do? Remember, Moses did not see the promised land. Moses. Those are the problem. At times we do some certain comparison. We don't know that the person you are comparing this person with also pray. Moses saw the promised land, he couldn't enter. But Officer Clement Edegbe have been designed from heaven that is the one that is going to hold the people to the promised land. Study about people. I will tell you a friend one day, this is no longer the time of Joseph. That is a fast range. We have to use close range. How have you been able to live your life? Have you been able to set up a goal that Joseph set up? That if I perish, I perish. I will not give up to this race. God has revealed to me that I'm going to become a king. I must get there. How many of you? If you read the book of Daniel, think chapter 3 verse 16, about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they unanimously agree together, having faith that this is what we are going to do. How many people in social media is in line with what our mega comrade is saying? No, then we must have to, our government must change for good. Today, this one will praise government. Because why? He was expecting an appointment. The other day, they will start hitting government because the appointment have been banned. The only movement who have said is gradually from Godwin and now become Badwin. That is it. Do the best. Our mega comrade is a coach to Obaseki, whether I like it or not. He's not a fan. A fan will clap for you even when you are losing, man. But a coach will screws up his eye. Why are you losing? Even when you are winning with 1-0, he still wants you to pull more goal. Officer Clement Amigo Degbe won the best from Obaseki. You must have to rule well. Look at Lucky Gbinejon today. If he enter down and the people beat him, boss go play no say come up for your head. Because why? He left the state decimated. Because why? There are a lot of things that he was supposed to do. He refused to do it. That is why it is good to live a life that is full of emulation. Look at how Nelson Mandela lived his life. Martin Luther King that we are talking about today, how does he live his life? The Moses, how does Moses live his life? He was having compassionate mind to rescue. If our mega comrade is faking this freedom, but now there will not be PFL. He's not faking it, it's real. That is why he could say, I'm the son of the tiger and the lion. He keep on doing it. It is not acting it. That is just the reality. And a time will come, people must know you're a real person. The only movement right now in the globe that have been globalized is People Freedom Movement, because our cause is not to come and gossip about how man and woman they fight in their home. Our cause is not to come and talk about how you use Mary Kay, how your human hair tango. No, our cause is to come and call liberation for our people. How can we be able to ascertain to a good living, a good life? This government need to do its duty. That is our cause. So we must have to focus on our calling. Any person that comes on social media every day, it's not easy. But I wonder where they get their topic from. Because if I'm here to gossip, it will not be difficult for me. Anytime to come online, I have to go and prepare. If you don't know, now know. That's why any person that is not praising our effort, God will punish you. There's no way you can escape it. Because it is not an easy thing. You cannot expect a pastor. The same message he told you yesterday. He preached about salvation. Then tomorrow, he's also talking about salvation. You will run away from the church. The reason why you are still here today, because community will come and tell us new word. How is that new word going to come? I'm not standing here gossiping about anybody. If I want to gossip, before I talk about this one, talk about 4 people. I'm having about 3 hours already. But I have to study to show myself approved to you. That's why it's not easy. So always try and pray for everyone who is agitating for you. It is not easy. I said it on Wednesday. Officer Clement Amigo Edegbe should be given award by now, even though not even local award, to encourage this man. If this man give up this fight, I ain't nobody that's going to do it. Even me myself, get where I'm going to tell and reach. I go rest. And people they come how they say now once in a month now they come. You doesn't, but this man, he comes up all the time. Because why? He know that the cause that he's fighting a real cause. And this cause is going to cause a liberation. That is why for you to fight freedom for people, there must be an extra anointing from heaven that is upon you. If not, you cannot do it. Because there is a lot of discouragement everywhere. When Jesus Christ met this man, he said, the man asked Jesus, he said, perfect master, what will I do to enter into the kingdom of God? Jesus Christ told him, he said, go and sell all what you have and give to the poor. Are you doing this? Are you observing? He said, yes, I'm observing it, but go and sell what you have, give to the poor. He looked at it and said, this one is not possible. That's why Jesus Christ said, he said, how harder it would be for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. He said, it is more easier for a head of a cattle of a Fulani herdsman to pass through an eye of a needle for a rich man to enter to the kingdom of God. If you look at it right from the genealogy of a man, it has been money. The same money made Judah to serve Jesus. The same money today our pastor have embraced. Our pastor that would have been able to create a platform to let our governor, ministers, and the president know that vanity upon vanity is vanity. They are the one globalizing, that is bringing out money, that money is everything in life. They doesn't care any longer about salvation of the people. The Bible also describes money. He said money is the root of all evil. And any man that believes in money too much will crash land. There's no way you can make it. That is why administration of the governor of Edo State and part of Nigeria today, it is bad. Why? Because they embezzle money. The same thing that made Judas Iscariot to sell Jesus. That's the same thing they are doing. So they love money more than any other thing. They love money. They prefer to have money instead of them to protect their name. They doesn't bloody care whether there is heaven or hell. All they do, because pastor will tell them, now this one you are doing, money is not going to carry you to heaven. What will carry you to heaven is the salvation of the mind and the good heart that you have towards people. Now, since you have been eating the state money, what have you benefited from it? What have been your actual gain? If you want to know how someone will govern a state and be frustrated, go and look at Lucky Igbenedion. Lucky Igbenedion could not leave a legacy down now that his father lived. That's why Lucky is now nobody. But Igbenedion today, Gabriel Osawa Igbenedion, that man, nothing will stop that man from going to heaven. But his son had the same opportunity. But he let money to blindfold him. Igbenedion was not a governor of Edo State, but the old money he has, maybe he got it from a foreign land. He was never selling our oil. Maybe he's so part of it, but we don't know. But right now today, a lot of chiefs are in the palace today, in conjunction with Kapteosa. They are selling what the state properties. The state natural resources is where they are reaching upon today. And when the rich are getting richer, the poor, they are getting poorer every day. Imagine someone will go and collect his pension money. Along the line, he will die there. This is the money he have labored for. You can see that the injustice in Nigeria. Nigeria is one of those countries who are HOD of injustice. Nigeria. They are the head of Department of Injustice. They are the head of Department of Corruption. If Edo State is great today, other states, other neighboring states will imitate them. I tell us one time, look at the giant of Africa. Look at the heartbeat of the nation. Two of them are in coma. The administration of those country and the state, there is nothing to write home about. For how long now will our state remain in the state of Lodiba? How are we going to leave this state? The reason why I praise people that day that was in this process that they did, when a policeman did something, they did jungle justice. Okay, you've killed one person. We burn their car, government property. If not, the government, they will have left the matter. They reacted. They reacted to stimuli immediately. That this thing that eye is supposed to look like. It is not everything you must fight. That's why for Edo State and Nigeria to be great and part of Africa that is still practicing, who still have this corruption virus today, they need to cooperate together. They need to what? Yoke together. Without yoking together, there's no way it can be done. They said a bird of the same feather. What did they do? He said they fly together. And if you read your book, the book of Matthew chapter 21, verse 13, he said, my house should be a house of prayer. You people have made it to become a den of thieves. A state government, their house supposed to be where they study things about the government, about the state. Any assembly that they are going, they go there to assemble for the well-being of the state. Right now, they've turned it to become their personal issue. That's what they are discussing there. Instead of them to discuss about the way forward of the state, what they do is to begin to discuss about how much do we come out from this coming budget that I may take part of it and go and finish up my project in Dubai. These are the problem. So not until we get this syndrome away from our mind, there is no way we can ever have good government. The same administration today is still going to occur tomorrow. And the two political parties right now that is reigning in Nigeria, PDP and APC, should be wiped out. All these are the UZZIAH. Nigeria politics, they have given room for UZZIAH to be in the throne for too long. Who are these UZZIAH? As number one example of UZZIAH that we are seeing right now is President Muhammadu Buhari. Is number one UZZIAH. He said the day UZZIAH died, Isaiah chapter 6, I told us before. The reason why I add this today, these are the come of the syndromes that is killing us. We fold our hands too much for things to get spoiled. At the end of the day, Mr. Too Late will not be the order of the day for everyone. So if the way Edo you stood up the other day, and they also stood up to protest against Fulani cattle henchmen, you can find out that Edo State government have nothing than to just tell them, you have to go. It's just for Obaseki to talk. Because these people are bribed him. Because they worship in the altar of greed. Because they so much believe in money. This Judah Iscariot syndrome is still in them. They believe on money. They believe on money. Our pastors and our father-in-laws who would have lived a good example, those one on pass. How will a pastor be announcing for somebody to donate 1 billion naira in your church? If at all, if you are a real man of God, won't you ask that person, how does he get that money? You guys are the one encouraging all these politicians. Okay, nobody knows today now the exact salary of Edo State government. Nobody knows. Salary is not functioning. You just to go there, any money that left. Okay, Sharon told to give one to my account. Kabiru, may you carry the rest. See the one where you go announce. That's how they do it. All this is supposed to be Gongo. We are supposed to be living a transparent life by now. This 21st century. Go and go the salary of a president of Spain. You will see there is no more than 5,000 euro. It's not more than 5,000 euro. Maybe allowance and every other thing. That 5,000 euro, which is almost about 2 million now, is not even enough for Obaseki to give to one of his girlfriends. You see where the problem lies. These people, they came into politics to come and make name. But our own, they came to come and embezzle money. Whether that name is Rico, that name is useless, they don't care to know. All they talked about is just for them, for their personal service reasons. That is why APC and PDP, they are the UZZIAH. Not until these two parties is being crumbled by God Almighty. The youth will not have chance. You cannot go and tell Atiku now to step down for me. He go say where that small boy they go. So what we do, we will leave their party for them and form another party. PFM, People Freedom Movement. If at the end of the day, PFM is unable to do all what they have criticized, anything that anybody come and criticize, know that they can do it better. Particularly PFM. Clement Officer Degbe have been criticizing corruption because it's not corrupt. A lot of people in PFM, because PFM did not allow them to come and be practicing atrocity act, they call it corruption. That's why I wonder for people, how will you go and open another platform in the name of PFM? Later you say PFM is corrupt. You are the one that is corrupt because you have not been given that act to exhibit your witchcrafty plan. Then anybody that talks to you said they are corrupt. Why won't I remove you from platform? If you now become an antagonista, all you do, you insult unmarried women. I will remove you. I will block your head out of here because all those are oppression. These are what we never want in our government. You talk to a policeman, all he does is to push you because money will give and not rich. These are corruption. But some people did not know. Be that PFM, what we are doing right now, anything, any reasonable man criticize, you know that thing can do it better. That is why some people, I know there are, in the other way, and there are some people also, they criticize him because of jealousy. Like what happened right now, Our mega comrade were saying the other day, well, if you know you haven't beat your wife once. Okay, why is it now that it's in social media that any person now, because you're in social media, if you quarrel with your wife at home, yeah, quarrel not the heaven. What made a Lucifer? What made God to deport a Lucifer from heaven? Was it not misunderstanding? There must be misunderstanding. But a lot of people, they take it as an extraordinary thing because why? They doesn't have anything to talk about. These are the areas I was trying to insinuate at the first time. For you to come online, then you don't want to start speaking jargons or making nonsense or making jest of anybody or bringing one person individual's issues to social media. You must have something here. That's why this Hitro, that big mumu, he couldn't come out again because it had been exhausted. He came out with all the name of PFM, not even trying to teach the world what he learned. If you look at it today, Italy is the most country they practice gargalism. But all those men are there. Why they not come out and talk to their fellow brothers and sisters on how they should be able to emulate good things? But when it comes to criticizing PFM, he created a platform, and that platform had the son of the tiger and the lion. He was cropo, he bad. Let him come out again. But all he wanted to do is to begin to bring out some certain things, some certain domestic things that are not important. That's not what we are talking about. I cannot come here to come and be wasting my time. I should be talking to Buhari and Obaseki, aka Badwin. That's what the Spirit must preach. If you believe on what Martin Luther King said, that I have a dream, you should also believe that there should be freedom of speech. Martin Luther King, that was what he said in April 3rd, 1968. If you believe on one, you're supposed to believe in the other one. So that is why God will punish every UZZIAH in Nigeria. So you find out that when people see you to criticize, they are very, very happy. They come out with a platform, try to, how will you say if EFCC to come and investigate a movement, you have not contributed to it, nobody call you and complain to you, but you just want to show yourself. Right now, you have series of problems in your community. This is a place where you would have been able to make a name. Call them. These brokers from so and so. My brothers in Italy do this, don't do it, don't do it. They don't do it. We were the one that went to go and safeguard Italy. When Obaseki and the political counterpart came, the protest we did in December 11th. It's in my memory. But those men today, they are still there. But those associations now, what is the use of the association? This same Garden of Eden syndrome, this same Judah Iscariot syndrome, he followed them all the way from home. But Officer Clement and Amigo Edegbe look at it and say, I cannot just be in this life, just be like that. What can I do for my people? Today, PFM, they're one of our brothers. I would have played the audio, but I don't have time for that. PFM just saved him from deportation from Germany. I had the audio here with me. PFM saved that young man. Have you been able to save people's life? Martin Luther King, he thought about freedom of speech. He thought about freedom of assembly. That it to say it is lawful for PFM to gather. He talked about freedom of press. He talked about it. So if you are believing on one, you should also believe in the other one. Don't take one and leave the other one. If you take one and leave the other one, that's to say you are corrupt. I was telling a boy in Dama platform, I told him, if the time I gave to him, he refused to do what I tell him at the PRO of this movement, I'm going to bring him here. I will nail you. All we do, we know, we don't fight spiritually. Our battle is here. I will tell people what I know about you. The atrocity you have to committed. Keep on sending all audios. But the time I gave to you, the son of the lion and the tiger, I'm going to come here to come and humiliate you. I'm going to come here to come and humiliate you. All those are enemy of freedom. All those are enemy of freedom. If they try to achieve one thing in PFM, it does not get to them. All they do, they begin to procrastinate. Is it not the same place I'm in right now? Don't you see I'm shining every day? Is it not the same PFM? You are now you are no more knowledgeable than me. What did you know that I did not know? Then a lot of people want to remain the platform. They don't want to go to the field. How can what you are doing the platform, how will it be able to make the movement grow? You are even in the platform creating problem. How will a boy, have you ever seen viewer where a boy will be insulting married women? We have it there in the Germany. A boy, what he does is to insult married women. Tomorrow you say, why won't I remove you when you are corrupt? You are trying to oppress people. This is a thing Obaseki is doing to our mother and father at home. We doesn't want that kind of a syndrome. We want freedom to life. That was what Martin Luther King said. How will you believe one word Martin Luther King said? You are not believing in the other one. You are supposed to believe in all. You cannot say right now, my father is good, I'm bad. I will not follow you. It's better you group 2 of us together. 2 of you are good. I don't mean go like that. If you come in to tell me about Mega Comrade is bad, that is to say, me myself, I'm bad. There's no way I will be your friend. If you want to be a friend, we must have to go together. That is how it functions. That is why you see a lot of sell-out today in the administrative arm of our government. The senators, they just sit down, all they do is to share money. So in order to enable us get the exact thing that we are looking for, what do we need to do? Is to make sure we eradicate APC is an UZZIAH. PDP also is an UZZIAH. And let other fresh parties with fresh ideas, all those their Adamic natures, we don't want it any longer. They cannot give us what we want. There is no way they can give up. If any person in the age of Buhari come up now, it's still going to be the same thing. If APC is still going to APC or PDP is still going to be the governor of Edo State, people are still going to be dying receiving their pension money. Fulani herdsmen is still going to be there. So we want a fresh administration. That is why I told you before we start, a randomigo fullification is what we need. Edo State need to be a randomigolized. A randomigo fullification is what we need right now. That is the best thing that we can use. What is that word? In the mention of that name, wherever corruption is, they will be afraid. That's why we are whistleblower. Anything you do well, we will tell you, you do it well. Today now, Obaseki, he should be having, at least, I give him about 20% credit. Because the people that those cattle eat their crops, he should also visit them in the village. All those people, they are like somebody, they are money right now. It needs to also pay them a condolence visit. Otherwise, pay here. You cannot expect the only source on how a woman is living his life. Cow will enter there and graze all. All those are natural disasters. Being that they have no power to hold a Fulani herdsman as their own father, political father, you should be able to provide all what they need. You are supposed to be the chief security of Edo State, Obaseki. So that's why anything that happens in Edo State is in your head. I told us on Wednesday, that was why our mega comrade said, if the kitchen is too hot, get a hair hat of the kitchen. If the seat is too hot for you, call on me over come and carry. Then, if our level or God did not permit him to carry it, he will put in somebody there which we can watch. If you fail, go swear everything swearable. That's the best way I feel we can be able to harmonize our system of government. If not, it's not going to work. So you now find out that from all the area I've taught right now, we are poor because of our governmental system are poor. We choose to be poor. This poverty you see in Nigeria, this poverty you see in Africa, they accepted it by themselves, not that they cannot be rich. The Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so it is. Out of the abundance of the heart, the man speaketh. That is why today I can tell you I'm a rich man because I perceive riches inside of me. So if Nigeria choose to say, we are going to remain the giant of Africa, corruption, you must have to go. It will go. Not until they speak that word and realize that this thing that we are doing, we are not having an effective government. We are going to remain poor. Even though they borrow the whole money, the whole world. If you guys are doubting me, let us go to America. Carry Buhari to America. and carry Donald Trump to Nigeria. You find out that under 5 years, Nigeria will be better than America. Why? America will be worse than Nigeria. Do you know why? Sense of belonging. That Adamic nature. Garden of Eden syndrome. I cannot do it. This was the same thing that almost happened to Moses. When God called him, go and tell Pharaoh, I send you. Say, you know, I'm a stammerer. I don't even know how to speak English. God said, you must go. He gave a spokesman. The reason why we have advisor, these are the things that God saw that two good heads better than one. That's why you will have governor, you have vice, a deputy, and the governor. Right now, you are president and you have the vice president. Yet, the administration is still somehow. Osinbajo up to now, Agbonu, Owagbosebadonu. He don't say anything. How can you leave office for a dead man to be controlling? And the most worthwhile thing that they don't admit that they cannot do it. What greed of power. The whole money. How many score years did Buhari have left? Buhari should be at the boarding gate now. Buhari should be at the boarding gate now. Boarding gate now. Buhari is supposed to do now to board. Go to wherever I want to go. Instead of young people dying, Buhari better die so that the young will grow. Obaseki is still full of life. We will not start pronouncing death upon him right now. He's going to live there. That was why I guess the prayers in the book of Isaiah chapter 6 verse 1 that Isaiah brothers and sisters were praying. I guess they were praying against Uzziah. Uzziah almost took back. But the Bible did not say it. Whether he died by accident or wherever he died, I don't know. But every Uzziah that have been disturbing the politics of Nigeria, that is not making us to come in. Right now, you cannot see youth on the television talking. Just the way France is right now. Look at George Way. Look at Liberia. Former ex-footballer is now their president. When will such a thing happen in Nigeria? When will such a thing happen? Is it going to happen in this generation, or we are now going to wait for generation to come? It's a question all of us need to ask ourselves. That is why your contribution to PFM can make an impact. Your contribution, for you, those of you that are watching me right now, can make a positive impact. Very, very. It can make a positive impact. Your contribution is highly needed. You are welcome. Everybody is welcome. A repentant Boko Haram is welcome. A repentant Fulani S-man is welcome. Everybody is called People Freedom Movement. It's for everybody. In us, you have a good mind. You have a good mind to serve. We receive you, and you begin to function according to the repentant heart that you have gotten. That is how it's supposed to look like. So let's try to do the needful. Try as much as we can. Do those things that we know how to do best to enable us get to where we are coming from. To enable us get to our destination. Because if you read the Nigerian history, you will know that where we are supposed to be right now, the reason why we are not still there yet is because of the bad administration of government that we have. Nigeria are the one who just choose to be poor by themselves. Not that naturally they are not poor. It is where they choose to govern themselves. That's why. Because Uzziah have stayed too long in Nigerian government and in some other states. That's why you are seeing what you are seeing today. So we are going to say no to APC and no to PDP. None of these parties should be voted for again. Let Fred Party come out. Because you cannot be putting an old wine into a new bottle. It's not possible. It will break. So with the system that we have right now, there is no way this old cabal can be able to fit in. There is no way they can fit in. It is never done. There is no way they can fit in. They cannot do it. We have tested all of them from day 1 to day 0. They cannot do it. So we want new people with fresh ideas. We need people whose brain is in the center of his head. that will come and give us what? A good government to enable us ascertain to the life that we have promised God that we want to live. If you watch it today, a lot of people, they are in abject poverty. Don't feel it is good for you. Your ability not to feel for other people, it's what makes you that your head is correct. You have to think for other people. That was why Officer Clementine Omigo Edegbe set up this movement, not because without him being the president of People Freedom Movement, he's not going to be given citizenship in America. He's already a citizen. For him not to leave his comfort zone, go to various camps, at the end of the day, he will still borrow. You should be able to know that this is the kind of person that we need. That is why Nigeria, what we need there is a Ranomigo fullification. That's what we need in Nigeria. And that's the best way I feel that we Nigerians can be able to have good life. For those of you out there, I think we were told that some people, they are always unable to watch up because of megabyte and light and all of that. It's like there's only we in the diaspora that are enjoying this thing. Please support your brothers and sisters at home to enable them subscribe so that they can be able to be watching us at time. Imagine a lot of people right now, they don't even know what is happening in Benin. Some of them, they have no money to buy observer. Even when they will buy, I said there's no time for them to read it. So it will be more better for the people who doesn't have time to watch it as if you are watching Nollywood. It will be more better. So that's the best way we can be able to give out this advocacy so that it will get to the uttermost part of the village. So if you know your villager, the people that came from the same village with you, which Fulani herdsmen have really terrorized, they have decimated their life, all I want you to tell them that PFM is in solidarity with them. So whatever it takes for us to talk to the government so that this barbaric act of Fulani herdsmen, it should stop. And we are also appealing to our leaders. If you know you are part of this cattle rearing, please don't live your life in other people's detriment. According to Bino Wama Bonari, I think as a whistleblower, a son of a whistleblower, is also a whistleblower. So we were told that part of people carcass beneath there, they have hand in all this thing. Please do not enrich yourself in other people's detriment. And remember, I always tell us this thing all the time. He said, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall reap. If you sow good, good you are going to reap. If you sow evil to people's life, evil you are going to reap. Scattering people's fun at the end of the day, you may just be surprised one day you will sell your calf at the end of the year. Harm robber, you still pay that tithe to them. So it is better now that we keep on living a life gradually. Don't attract from people and don't let people attract from you. Look how many people you pay. Only your family cannot be enjoying while you left a full village decimated because of your cow. So we are brothers. As you have already said that banning night grazing, everything should be banned. Let them not enter. A warning should be given to Fulani herdsmen. Let them not enter into people's family longer. They can graze grass. They can go and be grazing grass. Let them go to thick forest and graze grass. Those days, what they graze is grass. You hardly see it. Even those days in our street there, some people, there was some plot. There will be cassava farm. Cow will be passing. The mala, we escort them with that stick. We used to know that time that stick is it contained weather charm or something. As soon as he told them, all of them we will direct them. But nowadays, all they face is people's farm. Please, let's try and be our brother's keeper. The life we are living right now is nobody's own. Jesus Christ has given us life freely, and we are to live this life not to inconvenience other people. So I'm going to be ending it here by the grace of God as we enjoy this piece of music. So I want everyone to be all Africa country to enjoy from this show today. I guess it should be 1 hour plus right now. So you watch our mega comrade on Monday 8 o'clock. I also watch my humble self on Wednesday 8 o'clock by the grace of God. God bless you, sir. Sir, I have water here, but I did drink it. Good everyone, good everyone, good everyone, good everyone. Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you, everyone. God bless everyone. God bless everyone. God bless everyone. God bless you. God bless you. God continue to bless everyone. I throw a salute to everyone. Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. God bless you. Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless everyone. God bless everyone. God bless you. Have a nice day. Have a nice day, everyone. God bless you. We are going to be seeing again on Wednesday by the grace of God. We are going to be seeing on Wednesday next week by the grace of God. Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. God bless you. Ciao.